fellow students, and here we are, Tuesday morning, 7 o'clock, and I must have confessed I got up this morning and the spirit was not quite as willing as perhaps I might have wanted. So it's quite interesting when you do this stuff every day, and there are days where your energy levels sort of dip, and you get peaks and you get troughs, like with everything. So when you find yourself in the position where you're feeling very tired or feeling very drained, then the Qigong can help boost you up, but it's not about pushing yourself beyond your physical limits. This is not about feeling the burn. This is about going with what your body's telling you and integrating body, mind, spirit, so that you can then have a better quality of energy with which to take forward into the rest of your day. So with that said, I'm going to scale it back a little bit from my own practice, from 70% of what I think my physical capacity is at the moment to about 50% or maybe even 25%. So I'm still doing the exercises, I'm still moving, I'm still getting the benefit of the Qigong, but I'm not going to be pushing myself as hard this morning, simply because I can feel that my body's kind of like, it's okay, but it's tired. The spirit is okay, but it's tired. So it's trying to integrate everything together so that you can get that energy and revitalize everything and boost yourself up. Okay, right, so enough talking. Turn one foot 45 degrees to the corner and open up the hip and sitting down through the leg. Placing your foot on the floor, just rock gently back and forth. And as you do, just become aware of all your muscles and just see if you can just get everything just to open and expand and release. So the feeling is of that of sinking. It's like water sinking down through the body. Swap to the other side. So you're not really trying to force anything or push anything this morning, just nice and easy. Get things moving. Start to feel the energy just sort of like rekindling, if you like. And then we can soften the body more by breathing into the belly. So allowing our breathing to slow and become smoother. Pick up the ankle, just shake off the foot. And swap to the other side. And pick up the knee as high as you're comfortable with and just circle your foot round. Back the other way. And swap to the other side. Knee, circle the foot. Back the other way. And change. Feet together, circling the knees. And back the other way. Come up. Turn out the toes, turn out the heels to find your shoulder width. Let yourself come to rest on the feet. And just circling the hips. This is all about just loosening the body off. Allowing yourself to release the muscles and start to become more present. Back the other way. Breathing into the belly. So on weird days where your spirit, your energy, your mind or your body are not quite with it, this is helping you fund the will to sort of move through and get yourself feeling a little bit more on track. On track? It's a good way of putting it. Okay. Circling the shoulders. So nothing's forced. You're not trying to make yourself do anything. You're doing it because of the joy of the movement and how it will feel afterwards. Back the other way. coming to rest on the feet. Just find your alignment. So we're just allowing ourselves to stand for a moment. Softening the feet, let the feet spread out onto the floor. Softening the ankles, letting any tension or any resistance in the ankle joint just dissipate. Let the joint itself just expand and release. So you're taking your awareness down to these points so that you can then help the body find how it wants to stand comfortably. Then coming up into the knees, again releasing the knee joint. If you need to move so that you can find that comfort, then do. This is not about holding yourself rigid, making yourself standing upright. This is working out how the body can actually stand upright comfortably, how everything works together. And then release the hip joints, opening up the muscles all around the legs. And your energy sink down through your feet. Let the tailbone drop. So the tailbone is dropping down as though you're sitting down on a stool. Pelvis is leveling. Lower back is opening as a function of the tailbone dropping. And then the shoulders rest comfortably over the hips. So you're elongating your spine, releasing the spine all the way up. Letting the muscles either side of the spine relax, release. Expand. And then the shoulders, just opening up the shoulder joint. The shoulder blades are totally neutral, so they're not pushed forward or pulled back. Just let any tension go. Softening down through the arms. Let the elbow joints release. Let the forearms release. Softening the wrists. Opening the hands. The chin tucks under to create a stretch in the neck and to open up the neck. Softening the base of the skull where it joins onto the spine. And breathing into the belly. So when I breathe in to slow and become deeper into the body, this is not forced. Just allow it to happen. Now we have our alignments. Everything comfortable. Breathing in, bring the hands up the center line. Turning the palms up over the head. And breathing out. Circling the hands slowly down, in time with your own breathing. Breathing in, come up. Breathing out, and circle down, softening down the shoulders, sinking the elbows. Nothing's forced. Let the mind trickle down into the body. Opening up the 3 burning spaces. The groin, the abdomen, and the chest. Loosen off any tension in the shoulders as you move. And then we're going to do one more. Breathing in, come up the centre line. As the chest, palms to the floor, breathe out, push down, come back to rest on your feet. Just give yourself a moment to reconnect, softening the feet, the ankles, the knees, the hips, tailbone tucks under, or drops really, sitting down on the stool. Shoulders resting comfortably over the hips, chin pulled back to create the stretch in the neck. Take a few breaths, let the breathing become slower and deeper. So all of those things that we're looking at there create the alignments through the body. And it's working out for yourself how everything connects up, how everything can line up, so that you can stand comfortably for long periods of time without any real effort. It's that helps you to center yourself. Releasing off all the muscles as the bones float in space. Bring the hands up the center line. Breathing in, breathe out. So the left hand is going up as the right hand is pushing down. Breathe in, the palms turn over and come back to the chest. Breathe out, swap the hands, so now the left hand is pushing down as the right hand goes up. Breathing in. And breathe out. As you breathe, sitting back against the spine, let the mind trickle down into the belly. Softening the shoulders. Breathing soft. Sorry about that. And one more. Breathing in, hands come back to the chest. Breathing out, palms to the floor, push down. Softening down through the feet. Check out your feet, your ankles, your knees, hips, tailbone dropping, pelvis leveling, sitting back against the spine, shoulders comfortable over the hips, chin pulled back to create the stretch in the neck, and all the muscles floating upright, all the bones floating upright. Let the muscles release, expand and sink. Turning the waist, rotating around your spine. Let the waist turning, move the shoulders, softening down through the legs. So you're not trying to force the legs to do anything, they're just acting like shock absorbers. And then really release the arms so that they can swing comfortably. Breathing slow and become a nice regular pattern for you that works for you and is comfortable. Again, still breathing into the belly, softening the shoulders, and then just take stock of how the turning of the waist is impacting on the legs, how the legs have to move in order to allow the waist to turn. And just make sure there's no tension or torque or twisting down through the legs, because the legs can now act like pistons so that they can swap from one side to the other without actually leaning or penduluming or twisting. See how that momentum transfers down into the feet and comes back up again to allow the waist to do what it does comfortably. How does it connect? And how do the shoulders connect to the waist as the waist is turning? Is it just the waist turning, or are you forcing the shoulders round? If you're sitting back against the spine, how does that feel? Then releasing the shoulders completely and start to increase the momentum out into the arms so that the arms swing one out to the side, one goes in front, one behind. So now it's still the waist turning that transfers momentum out into the arms, but the arms have to be totally released so that they can swing like a piece of rope. So how does the arm all connect up? What part of the arm is resisting? What part of the arm wants to get involved and start moving on its own? How does it feel just to completely let the arms go, let the hands become heavy at the end of the arms? Shoulders need to let go. The muscles in the back need to let go so that you can just turn totally free, completely easy. Again, let the mind just sink down into the belly. Don't try and force anything. Softening the chest, softening the diaphragm, opening up the belly, tailbone still dropped, sitting down on the stool. Let all the muscles become warm, let the release expand and sink. change. So just let the hands come to rest by the sides. Again, softening down through your feet, your ankles, the knees, the hips, tailbone drops, shoulders resting comfortably over the hips, chin pulled back slightly to create the stretch. And all the bones floating in space, just let them lock's the wrong word. Let them just float and let the muscles just release, expand and sink. A few breaths back to connect with the belly again. Breathing in, palms to the floor, bring the hands forward. Dropping the fingertips, raising the hands to shoulder height. Then breathing out, drop the elbows, drop the wrists and down as though you're pushing through water. Breathing in, the hands go forward. And breathing out. So sitting back against the spine, keep your tailbone tucked under, you're sitting down on the stool. As the hands come forward, become aware of how that affects your body. And how you can let the hands just float forward and float down without having to lean forward or back. And sitting back against the spine. Just enjoy the movement, enjoy the sensations. Letting go all the muscles. One more. Change. Fingertips turn to the right, circling up. Right hand in front of the face. Left hand continues the circle and end up holding a ball in your center line. Again, softening the feet, ankles, knees, hips, tailbone drops, shoulders resting comfortably over the hips, chin pulled back, sitting back against the spine. Take a breath in. And as you breathe out, turn the waist, rotating around the spine to bring the hands around to the right hand side. As you breathe in, swap the hands and square the hips to the center. Breathing out, rotate over to your left. And breathe in. return. So as you turn, make sure you are actually just turning, not twisting. You're rotating around the spine and getting a sense of how the body connects up. So how the legs connect into the pelvis, how the pelvis connects to the spine, how the spine can rotate comfortably, the waist turning, how the shoulders can be completely neutral and allow the body just to turn. And then how the hands can move using the elbows as pivots. And softening down through all the muscles, release, expand, sink. Breathing into the belly. Mind sinking to the belly. One more. And as you center, square the hips, bring the lower hand up so both hands are up at chest height. Breathing out, push down, let the hands come to rest by the sides. Take a couple of breaths. Closing the hands over the belly, left hand under right for men. Right hand under left for ladies. Softening the feet, softening the ankles, opening the knees, and the hips. Tailbone tucks under, shoulders resting comfortably over the hips. Pull the chin back to create the stretch in the spine. And then all the bones floating in space, muscles release, expand and sink. And bring the hands up, wiggle the fingers at the ends of the arms. Bring the hands down, circling the hands at the ends of the arms. Change, breathing in, come up onto the toes. Breathe out, let yourself drop. In, come up. And breathe out. And keep going. And one more. And relax. Come up. Just give yourself a little shake. So thank you so very much for joining me again this morning. I'll be back at 9:30 with our Chi Gung challenge for all the red, white and black dragons. And again, for the red, white and black dragons, there is the Bada Jin at 11 and then the Yi Chuan at 2. And yeah, I shall also be back tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock for another one of these sessions. I hope you enjoyed that. Please feel free to leave comments, feedback in the comments section. It'd be really, really appreciated to hear what you think. And if you could also tag, share and like, that would be absolutely fantastic. Again, thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you again tomorrow morning. Take care, and I hope you have a really great day.